Hayao Miyazaki has always encapsulated us with the thought of how reality would always correlate with our imaginations. His animated movies like My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Ponyo have distinct film characteristics but give us the same paradigm of human emotions. But what strikes people most when we go about spirits in the spirit world is Miyazaki's Spirited Away. The movie revolves around a 10-year-old, Chihiro, who happens to find herself stuck in the spirit world after her parents were turned into pigs for eating without permission. And by only that, from the first 20 minutes of the movie, we witness consequence, which values educators go round about every time. Culture flourishes around every scene and provides richness in cinematic details that would make it even more complex as to what the story is in the first place. We may not notice how the backgrounds peacefully enhance every scene, but our minds involuntarily receives the same feeling as to when we look at paintings, because in reality, they are. What makes this movie beautiful and relatively moving is how it makes us reevaluate fantasy and the realities present in our time. The brilliance of how coherent every scene makes us morph into the movie without even realizing it. Every creature, every place of the movie has its own uniqueness and a sense of individuality. Everyone makes us wonder about the life they had, their background stories, how they got there, how they became spirits, and how they weren't able to get out.
Stay right where you are. I'm coming to help you. You're gonna be fine. I won't let him hurt you.
Spirited Away have high reviews, but some do say it is not for children. Funny how an animated film isn't for kids, but it is somehow agreeable. When we look at the strong personalities of every character and the struggles of finding ways, creating ways, how every situation is portrayed, the idea of animism, visuals, and the intense play of audio.
Where is he?
We may conclude that the movie consists of much more than just a simple elementary movie.
Ariel, listen to me. The human world, it's a mess.
A point said by Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, right under the sea. True, the movie, Spirited Away, provides us clarity about this description. It gives us gaps between the lines for rethinking moments, that the mess we humans make are also a burden to somewhere or someone else. One scene where a stink spirit appeared that made the entire bathhouse flip over may be the highlight for showing effects of human activities. The stink spirit was in fact a river spirit who got the smelly name by being so stinky for all the trash that got stuck into it. Our actual states of mind do not recognize gibberish. Yet it may be a possibility that in a parallel world, gibberish would mean the most. And the movie shows it. The things that we consider as nonsense in our present time make so much value someplace else. Being aware of the environment and of the people that surround us have slowly faded in the blues through time. We have been running this world in fast forward, like catalysts in chemical reactions.
We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed.
We were never organized, and if we were, or ever did try to, the human world would be more at ease, cautious, more aware of the spiritual being and of the states of others. Spirited Away shakes us by awakening a new kind of fear right down our guts. The fear of experiencing what we avoid to experience. Human beings are not capable of such weight anyways, only with the exception of Chihiro.
We have to respect every corner
Respect
of the
and
house.
patience don't linger around our world so much anymore. But in the spirit world, they eat proper values for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it does not mean their world is perfect. Greed for gold was shown perfectly in a couple of scenes on the movie. If in this case we are to face in a mirror, we look at a complete distortion. But we know the image is still there. The spirit world is somehow in us, or like us. It is just blurred out. So much for some people, or for a kid, not at all. Miyazaki identifies both spirit and human world as two different places, but finds a perfect way to connect them. They say that when you find something and describe it as a masterpiece, you knew it by knowing that nothing can ever replicate it. The world of the spirits is as terrifying as it sounds. But how it is shown in the movie gives us issues on what to choose, where to go. It makes us point who the villain is and how that villain actually isn't. It gives us a variety of feelings. We want to run away by all the anxiety the movie creates within us, but we unnoticingly leave parts of us in between scenes and spoken lines of each character. It plays on the aspects of complexity, beauty, detail, and will always leave us something to be afraid of, to love about. To feel for.